want you to text this in a group chat. If you are watching this and you have Instagram, do a screenshot and add me on Instagram at E.DeanCole. Make sure that you add me so that I can see the support, show the support, and show the love.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright guys, we're about to go live in a few moments, so get ready,
I got
okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ask your questions below. After you ask your questions, make sure that you share this. Share this on Facebook. Share this in a group chat. Share this right now with your baby daddy, with your baby mama. Share this with your wife. Share this with somebody who you know that wants to know how to build their business credit. Share this with somebody who wants to know how they can better their lives through entrepreneurship. This channel is dedicated to economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. Share this to anybody who is interested in going and growing their business. Share this with them right now.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright guys, we're about to get ready to go live. Are you ready? Do you have your question asked? Did you ask your question below in the chat? Are you ready? Did you share this? Did you share this on your Facebook? Did you share this in a private group? Did you share this on Instagram?
I got 1, 2,
Are you ready to be
3,
a
4,
participator,
5,
not just a
6, 7,
spectator?
8.
Hey social media socialites, look, we are about to go live in a few moments, but before we go live, I need all of you guys to hit that like button right now. If you're watching and you're waiting, go ahead and be a participator. Don't just be a spectator. Hit that like button. And share this. Share this on your Facebook. Share this in a private Facebook group. I want you to tag a friend. I want you to text this in a group chat. If you are watching this and you have Instagram, do a screenshot and add me on Instagram at E.DeanCole. Make sure that you add me so that I can see the
I got
support, show
1,
the
2,
support, and
3,
show the
4,
love.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright guys, we're about to go live in a few moments, so get ready,
I got
okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ask your questions below. After you ask your questions, make sure that you share this. Share this on Facebook. Share this in a group chat. Share this right now with your baby daddy, with your baby mama. Share this with your wife. Share this with somebody who you know that wants to know how to build their business credit. Share this with somebody who wants to know how they can better their lives through entrepreneurship. This channel is dedicated to economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. Share this to anybody who is interested in going and growing their business. Share this with them right now. I did all of that and no sound. Let's see. It's fixed now. Lord have mercy on my soul. Second time, I think we got the sound fixed now. I think we got the sound fixed now. Let's see. I think we might have got the sound fixed now. Let's see. Okay. Lord have mercy on my soul. There we go. I did all of that and no sound. Did all of that with no sound. Okay, we got the sound fixed now. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on my soul. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to repeat myself. So, all right, so we good to go. The sound is good. Now, what I said, if you missed it, let's start it all over again. What I said was, if you're watching this for the first time and you don't know who I am, my name is E.DeanCole, and I own DeanCole Financial. We're a consulting firm, and we specialize in working capital, alternative finance, and business credit development. That's who I am, and that's what I do. This YouTube channel is dedicated to economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. So that's what I was saying, and I was doing all this ranting and raving and whatnot, but it is what it is. You know, it's so crazy too, because it's like, when you know how sometimes when you leave quote unquote work and you come back to work, you got to work through all the kinks and everything, and that's what was going on now. So I got a new mic because we tried to do this last night. We had issues with the mic, and we got the mic going now, so we're good to go. So let's do a temperature check, okay? If you can hear me okay, I want you to say hear you. There we go. Sounds good. Christopher said you thought it was your phone. Okay, Chris, is actually it was me. It was me. I was the one that was acting up. It was me that was acting up. So I did a whole bunch of talking, and y'all didn't hear nothing. So let's get into it all over again. So what I was saying is that if somebody shared this with you for the first time, because someone shared it with you, or you happen to be looking for business development or business credit, and this is your first time watching, this is a live show. So you saw on the thumbnail that it was live when you clicked on it. You saw how long it was when you clicked on it. So if you say, well, hurry up and get to the point, the entire video is the point. At the same time, the title of this video, we're talking about credit repair loopholes and credit repair secrets for 2019. So I am toying around with the idea of doing a daily show, a daily midday show, because during the day, it's hard. I do a lot of one-on-one consultations. I do a lot of coaching. And so when we go live at night, it's a lot. So I get exhausted. I get tired. But going in the middle of the day like this, it makes me think that it might be an opportunity. But I want to know, are you guys open to doing a midday show? So let me know if you guys are open to doing a midday show. Let me pop this chat out so I can see it. And let me do a midday show. Now, if you are a subscriber and you was like, Dean, I didn't know you was watching out, you was live. How come I didn't know you was live? Two things. Thing number one, you've seen one of my videos before, but you did not subscribe. Or thing number two, you did subscribe, but you did not hit that notification bell. You saw that? It's important for you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when I am live, you will be able to get notified. So subscribe, boom, hit that notification bell. You'll be able to catch me live, okay? So let's get into this. So let's work out all of these kinks. Let's work out all of the bugs, you know, when you go into work. Because I feel like I've been on vacation for over a month. And I've been entertaining so many people for over a month. I enjoyed my New Year. So I'm happy New Year to all of you guys. So let's look and see. A lot of you guys are really with me. And you hear me? Okay, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right. So listening to you guys. So Shavonda says you can hear me and you're with me. Okay, that's good stuff. All right. So Hellfighter says preach. Thank you so much for that, Hellfighter. All right. So Chanel says, yep, sometimes you just got to work out those cobwebs when you're going on vacation. So that's good stuff. All right. So we're good to go and you're good. So a lot of people said they're open to it. Let's see. Anthony says that they're open to it. Chanel says that they're open to it. All right. So Lance says that I should do 10 to 15 minute sessions if I have something to share. That's a very good That's a very good idea, Lance. I think I might do that. Ronnie Wilson is in the building. Hey, Ronnie, how are you doing? He says, hey, Dean, what's up, my brother? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you guys. So did any of you guys have anything exciting over the new year? And I know the title of the video is Credit Repair Loopholes and Credit Repair Strategies for 2019. Specifically, the title is Credit Repair Secrets for 2019. So for all those Nazis that say, hurry up and get to the point, this is a live video with my people. So this is your first time chiming in. Welcome to the family. I want to make sure all of you guys subscribe and hit that like button, okay? So I can go ahead and get into this. Subscribe and hit that like button. So let's see how many people we got watching live. We have 89 people watching live, which is pretty good for the middle of the day. That's a very good sign. So we have 89 people watching live. Let's get 89 likes. We only have 30 thumbs up. So go ahead and hit that like button. So with 89 people watching live in the middle of the day, that's a really good sign. If this goes well, you know, I look at the analytics all the time. So if this goes well, this will be something that I would definitely do more of. So I am going to do a pin post and say video starts here because we had sound issues. So I will do that for all the people that are watching on the replay. So I do apologize for that. So let's go ahead and get into this. And we're going to talk about credit. I'm going to answer your questions about credit repair, secrets, and loopholes for 2019. The interesting thing about things that are changing for 2019, I'm going to share with you guys in this video. I'm going to share with you guys 5 things you need to know about credit repair for 2019. Okay, so there are 5 major things I want you guys to focus on so that we can get moving forward about credit repair for 2019. I'm going to get into that in a moment, but I was in the process of asking. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. I'm going to ask your question. So this is how we're going to do it because there's quite a few of you guys that are watching live. If you have a question that you need me to answer, okay, I'm going to answer questions at the end. But if there's a question that you need me to answer pertinent, if you do a super chat, then you're going to get priority. All right. So what a super chat does, it allows you to catch my attention. It doesn't matter the dollar amount. It doesn't matter if it's $500. God bless you if it is, or if it's 50 cents. God bless you if it is. It's not about the dollar amount. It's more so about doing the super chat so that I can see your question. OK, so let's get into this. So I'm talking about the 5 major things you need to know about credit repair in 2019. So let's get into this. If you guys are with me and you're ready to go, I want all of you guys to tap 5. Give me 5 5s in the comments. Okay, I want you to participate with me. I feed off of your energy and I feed off of your feedback. That's why I'm always looking at the analytics. It helps me to know that I'm not talking to myself. Okay, so I want all of you guys to hit 5 if you're with me. I want you to participate with me. And even if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to make a mind muscle connection and I want you to participate with me as if you were watching me live. Okay, so that's good. So Odyssey says liked and shared. Thank you so much for that, Odyssey. I really appreciate that. First person to participate was Timothy. Timothy gave me the 5s. Thank you so much for that 5. Timothy. Xavier says asked a question about the Ultra FICO. We're going to talk about that. D Anderson is participating. Thank you so much for that, D. All right, Letitia. All right, it's Goody Baby. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much for participating with me. Awesome, 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 awesome. So when it comes to credit repair and when it comes to credit restoration, a lot of people, they are confused when it comes to credit repair. They're confused when it comes to credit restoration. They don't know how things work. So out of the 5 things that I want you guys to know about credit repair in 2019 is that you have to educate yourself with the latest laws. If you are not yet subscribed to me or following me, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. It's at E.DeanCole. I'm always dropping information there. And then also make sure you follow me on YouTube. YouTube is youtube.com/money making motivation. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now, it's about getting up-to-date information. Hold on for one moment. Excuse me. Thank you so much for your patience. So number 1, I want all of y'all to say numbers. Number 1 is info. All right. So do 1 and then info. The reason why this is important is because being a banking and finance professional, You will be surprised, and I talk about this a lot, of all the Johnny-come-latelys, the jack of all trades, the person that does insurance that wants to do credit repair, the person that does taxes and want to do credit repair, the person that cuts hair and want to do credit repair. You have all of these novices that are in the industry of trying to teach on finances and economics, and they're not qualified. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I never was qualified at first. But the difference is that when you get information, make sure you get information from somebody that is qualified, that is a solid source. That's very important, that you get information from somebody that's a solid source. So let's stop a lot of this foolishness in 2019 of regurgitating stuff that does not help, and also regurgitating stuff that hurts people more than helping people. So let me ask you this question. Let's do a temperature check, okay? And I want you to participate with me, all right? And I might bring your comments up on the screen. You know what? If we can, let me look at the analytics on this. Let's see how we looking. If we can get to, I'll bring your comments on I haven't done your comments on the screen in a minute. Do you guys really miss or need the comments on the screen? But let's do a temperature check. So if you have heard this before, if you've ever heard someone say, so we have 92 people watching live, we get 92 thumbs up, I'll bring your comments up on the screen, because that lets me know that you value that. Sometimes if you could just look at the chat, like if you're watching this on the replay on Facebook, or you're watching this on the replay on Instagram TV, you come over, if you follow the link, it'll bring you to YouTube and you can see the actual live chat. But for the other individuals, you know, that are on YouTube, just click on the bottom button for the live chat. But nevertheless, let me ask this question. We're talking about information. How many of you have ever heard, how many of you guys have ever heard not to send in letters to do disputes? Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard somebody say not to do electronic disputes, only send in letters to do disputes? If you've heard that before. In 2018, 2017, or whenever, somebody say, if you're going to dispute something, you have to do a letter. Don't do an electronic dispute. If you've heard that, I want you to say heard it. Okay. If you've never heard that before, I want you to say never have. So I want you guys to participate with me as if you're watching me live, even if you're watching on the replay. And if you're watching on the replay, make sure you subscribe so that the next time I'm live, you can participate with me as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. First person to participate with me. All right. So, all right. So Justin says regular chat is fine. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. So the first person to participate was Sheila says yes. All right. Odyssey says no. So Lance says yes, I have. Justin says heard it. All right. Tracy says heard that. Adrian says yes. All right. A lot of people says yes, they hear that. All right, we got Patrick is in the building, one of my moderators. Hey, Patrick, how are you doing? So a lot of you guys are saying, yes, you heard it. Hear it plenty. The godly baby says you heard it plenty. Heard it. A lot of you guys said that you heard that before. All right, so Kevin says, I heard that but learned with you that we should. Yes, absolutely. You have to. See, let me tell you what happened. So we're talking about the 5 things. So we're talking about the 5 things that you need to know about credit repair in 2019. And the first one is that you have to get information from a solid source. The first thing is info. Because what happens is this: somebody might read a book, or they might hear about somebody else's experience, and they think that they know how to do things. Like the #1 best-selling book of all time that's over my shoulder, it says that there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is total destruction. That book right there that taught me how to be the best business consultant says that in all of your getting, get understanding. The reason why it's very important is because if you don't understand why something happens, then you don't know how to repeat that. Watch this. So for instance, if I flick a switch in my house and it starts a light, if I want that light to turn on, if I don't know that I have to flick that particular switch, I could go around flipping all types of switches trying to get that light to work. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, I want you to say, got you. All right. Like I said, I want you to participate with me. If that makes sense, got you. So if you want your end result to be that light to come on, if you want your end result to be a 730 credit or if you want your end result to be a bankruptcy removed or a student loan to be forgiven, you need to know what causes it. Now, if, say for instance, if somebody comes into a room and they start flipping lights on and on, and they just flipping switches, and then the light comes on, the person will say, just go around and flip all the switches until you get them turned on. But what if you flip a switch and then instead of the light coming on, it might open. This is just weird thinking. It opens up a gate and a lion comes out. You understand what I'm saying? Because there are consequences to that. I know that I'm being dramatic. The reason why I'm doing it is for the effect of teaching, but you understand the damage behind that. Okay, you said you got me. Thank you so much for that. You got me. Thank you so much for that. So Carolyn D says that she got me. Thank you so much for that. Tony Love got me. Francis, that's Francia. Got me. Thank you so much for that. Ronnie says that you got me. You understand me. I appreciate that. Thank you for participating with me, guys. Thank you so much. I really need you guys' feedback. Make sure I'm not just talking to myself. So that being said, there are people that'll say, oh, just go flip around, and they don't understand why it works. The reason why people say, oh, this doesn't work for me, or I sent a letter and it didn't work, or credit repair doesn't work, is because they don't know why it works, because they don't understand. So it's very important for you to get the proper information. In 2019, understand. So you have to understand why it works. It's important. I'll tell you right now, you have to do an online dispute in order to make sure that the credit agencies are legally obligated to remove the item. You understand what I'm talking about? So in order to make sure that they are legally obligated to, you have to start with doing an online dispute. All right. Now, for all of you guys that are watching for the first time and you don't know, who I am, or you're not sure, if you have either gotten approved for funding through watching me or being a client of mine, or if your scores have been improved from watching me, or if your scores have gone up, or items been removed, if you purchase a trade line through us or anything, I want you to give me 5 money bags. Okay, just type the money bags in there. So men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So type the money bags in there. I just want you guys to understand that the purpose for this channel is economic empowerment through entrepreneurship. And the reason why I'm focusing on credit repair is because most people are afraid to go into business because they feel that they have bad credit. We're going to get into this. Okay, we're talking about the 5 things you need to know about credit repair in 2019. And the very first thing is that you have to make sure that you follow someone that gives you pertinent information and that you don't get bad information. I had to do a one-on-one consultation with a client right before the new year ended, and they got a trade line, not from us, not from a reputable source, but they purchased a trade line from their cousin, and the trade line made their score go down 45 points. Because it was somebody that was dead, and it locked them up. So you have to be prepared. All right. So thank you so much. So the first person to participate was Just Feel. Thank you so much for that. Just Feel Productions. Cherie Owens, thank you so much for your participation. Only 2 people. Okay, that's cool. Only 2 people out of 104. It's all right. We getting there. Okay. So let's go ahead and drop the money bags in there. It's all right. I want you guys to participate with me, all right? So I say all of that to say that it's important that you get the proper information from a solid source, all right? You don't want to have the blind leading the blind. That's the first thing. Second thing, when it comes to, thank you so much for that, Mr. Lewin. Thank you so much for that, Ronnie. So Sean says that you had negative accounts removed from my credit report. I had plenty much. You had to plenty much fight with them for weeks so that you can remove it from the credit report, and you finally got the removed. Congratulations for that, Sean. Sean 203. Absolutely. So it's very important for you to get us information from a solid source. All right. Very important for you to get information from a solid source. I wonder, it looks like YouTube is blocking the money bags. I like the money bags, because I think Tasha K has the wine glasses, the Beehive have the bees. I want the money bags. I want you guys to do the money bags for me. I want the money bags. I got to figure out how to make it so that the money bags they show up, because I like that. I like the money bags. All right, so let's go another further. So the very first thing is that you need to know that you get information from a solid source. The second thing about credit repair is you have to understand that there are different forms of credit repair. All right. There are different forms of credit repair because everybody's definition of good credit and everybody's definition of bad credit is different. Everybody, and now let me ask you this question. Did you think, and let me know, be honest, did you think that credit repair is universal, that everybody needed to do the same thing in order to get good credit, the quote unquote good credit? If you thought that, I want you to say, I did. If you didn't, I want you to say, I did it. 2 words. I did or I didn't. Participate with me, guys. Let me know. All right, so somebody gave the Euro sign. City Life gave me the Euro sign. That's good stuff, City Life. Thank you for participating. And this is the reason why I need your feedback is because this is interactive, okay? This isn't just so I can sit and pontificate about R. Kelly or sit and gossip. I'm actually teaching you economic empowerment. So in order for me to teach you, I need to know what level you're at. So I need to know. Okay? All right, so Siobhan says that I did. Thank you for that. Thank you for being honest. Christopher says I did. Tony says no. Eric says I did. All right. The God baby says I didn't. A lot of people says I did, I didn't, I did, I didn't. Okay, so it really is mixed. Like if you guys can see, like if you can look at the comments, it's really like 50-50. A lot of people says that they did, and a lot of people said that they didn't. And that's the reason why it's important for me to teach you. And it's important for you to understand that you missed the question, Chanel. What I was asking Chanel was if you thought that credit repair was universal for everybody, if you thought everybody had to do the same thing to have quote unquote good credit. If you did, I want you to say I did, or if you didn't, I want you to say I didn't. All right. So Sharon says that I did. All right. Wow, so Dexter Dixon says that I've had 15 negative items removed and I got 14 items deleted. Awesome stuff, Dexter, client of mine. Dexter Dixon has had 15 negative items removed and 14 items removed, deleted completely. That's good stuff. Congratulations, Dexter. All right. Also, 50 Twin wants to know what Dexter's score is now. Okay, so Chanel says that you did. So that's the reason why it's important for me to get this feedback so you guys to know, because I want to know how to empower and educate people. So everybody's credit is not the same in life. Let me explain what I mean by that, okay? When you are born, everybody's credit is the exact same. Everybody's slate. Now check this out. I'm about to show you something real quick. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, your credit is the same. I did a Facebook post about that. Folks tried to light the Facebook on fire. I know some folks threw their phone. They were mad at me for speaking truth to power. But it does not matter. When you are born, your actual credit score is the same because you have no credit, zero credit, okay? Now, let's talk about the specificity of what goes into making up quote-unquote bad credit. Most people say that they have bad credit because they can't get approved for things. But did you know that you can't get approved for things because you don't have items on your credit report? It doesn't automatically mean that you have negative items on your credit report. And that's what I'm going to break down too, because we're talking about credit repair secrets and credit repair loopholes for 2019. It's very important, okay? So one of the things that I want you guys to do that's very important is to make sure that you share this with somebody who you know that wants to repair their credit, okay? Somebody who you know that wants to get a fresh start. Make sure that you share this with them, all right? Share this with them. Share it in a group chat. Copy a link, share it in a group chat. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Instagram. Do a screenshot at me. Share it with someone that needs to see this information. So let me get this chat up. Let me pop out this chat. Let me get the chat back up again. Give me a second, guys. I'm in my bag right now. Pop out the chat. Boom. Pop out chat. Bam. There we go. So now I can keep the up to date and I can see the super chats if somebody does a super chat. Because before I couldn't see the super chat. So, all right. So, the point that I was trying to make is when you were born, everyone's credit is the same. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian. My name is Fife Dog from the Zulu Nation. For all my 80s babies in the building. It does not matter. As soon as you are born, everyone has a clean slate. Now, let's talk about the reality. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time in the African American community, our parents used our credit. How you 12 years old and you already got cable in your name? You 12 years old and you got a Macy's account. You 9 years old and you got you got an iPhone in your name. If you know I'm telling the truth, if you've ever experienced that, I want you to say, preach. If you know somebody, you know right now your auntie got your niece and your nephew with a 450 credit score because they done put everything, they done got the Fingerhut account in their name, ordering stuff from HSN in them baby's name and ain't paid nothing the first. If you know some people like that, I want you to say preach. Now, if you bold enough to say it's you and you went through that, then I want you to say it's me. And I have people from different walks of life that follow me. And some people think, oh my gosh, like how could you do that to a little child? You know, when Billy was 12, I gave Billy a CD that had $50,000 in it. Like, why would someone do such a thing? That's horrific. But people from different diasporas experience different things, okay? If you know I'm telling you, man, preach, absolutely. Now, if you have never heard of such a thing, if you think that this is a farce, if you think that this is outrageous, I want you to say OMG. If you think that this is just radical, that I am being a too much demonstrative, I want you to say OMG. Absolutely. LOL. Absolutely. You guys are with me? Absolutely. Thank you so much for participating. Happened to you, Hurricane Shepherd. Well, I'm going to do everything in my power to help you restore and repair that. 50 Twin said, preach. He gave me $1.99. Thank you so much for that, 50 Twin. So nevertheless, those are the things that starts to have negative things that happen to your credit. But let's say, for instance, if you are from a different persuasion and that did not happen to you, when you're 18, your credit is just as good as someone who has an Ivy League background when they're 18, according to your credit bureau, according to what makes up your credit. Okay. So what starts to cause people to have quote unquote bad credit is either negative items that are on their report that they need to be removed, or not having anything on their credit and they can't get approved for anything. So that being said, when you are doing credit repair for 2019, it's important for you to understand and know what your definition of good credit is. Because if you need to establish credit, you don't need to follow the advice of somebody that needs to delete items off their credit. Let me give it to you another further. There are people that can't gain weight to save their life. They skinny. My grandma called them, they poor as a snake. They can eat all day and can't gain not 1 inch of weight, and they're skinny and they're not in shape. They don't have the ideal physique. So you have people that are what they call, they are ectomorphs, where they are very, very slim. And the idea is to get to this perfect buff body. So you have people that are ectomorphs, where they can't gain weight to save their life. Then on the other spectrum, you got people that are a little bit closer to me, to where if they smell a French fry, they gain half a pound just by smelling it. You have people that can't lose weight to save their life. You have people that they got to get diet water because even their water causes them to gain weight. And so you have these people from total extremes, and the idea is to be similar to like a mesomorph, which is somebody that has the ideal weight. So if you guys understand that, if you understand that, I want you to say with you so I can move forward, okay? I want you to say with you. If you with me, I want you to say with you. Thank you so much for participating with me. All right? Okay, you guys are with me? Odyssey says that's me. Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay. You raise your score. So somebody says they raised their score 150 points in 4 months listening to Dean. Pal Tall. Thank you so much for that, Pal Tall. That's awesome. I need to put these comments on the screen. You're with me? Okay, thank you so much for that. So Timothy Hall says diet water. You're with me? Okay, that's what I'm talking about, Timothy Levin. I'm talking about diet water. You hear me? They can't. I actually been doing pretty all right. I don't know if y'all can tell or not. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but I've been doing kind of okay and doing something, you know. So let's go another further, okay? So that being said, the advice that you're going to give to somebody, this is how damaging this is, because sometimes people are so intimidated when it comes to finance and credit repair, but it's still common sense. If I have a problem losing weight, you're not going to give me the advice to drink a protein shake in the morning, drink a protein shake at lunch, and then protein shake for dinner, and then have 3 meals. That advice is not going to cause me to lose weight. That's going to cause me to get bigger. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. If somebody can't gain weight, you can't tell them to be on a restricted calorie diet of 1,100 calories and eat 3 small meals a day the size of your hand to gain weight. That's not going to work to get the ideal weight. So that's the reason why it's important. The same way that is important is the exact same way of how you repair your credit is important. Because the idea, this is the thing, deleting items off your credit is credit repair. Adding items on your credit is credit repair, but you need to understand and know where you're going. So the first thing that we talked about is information from a solid source, okay? So that's the first thing was information from a solid source. Second thing that we talked about is understanding what type of credit repair you need for 2019, okay? Now the third thing, this is the third thing, I want all of you guys to say number 3. Give me number 3, all right? If you guys, I want you guys to tap that number 3. Give me 3 threes, all right? 3 number 3s. I'm watching. I need to see this. Give me 3 number 3s. So right now, let's look at the analytics on this. Give me 3 number 3s. So right now we have a total of 107 people watching live. That's good stuff. So these are good numbers for midday. I might do midday shows. We got 107 people watching live, you know. I want to get to the point where I'm Tasha K and we got 5,000 and 6,000 people like Lovely T and them. I do want to get to that point like them. But we are where we are, and we at where we at, okay? We got 107. That's good stuff. Let's look at the analytics on this. That's good stuff. All right, so we're doing pretty good. We're doing real good on these analytics, okay? This is actually helping me, letting me know what's needed. Good stuff. So the third thing that's very important when it comes to credit repair for 2019 is to understand why you are, quote unquote, repairing and fixing your credit. The reason why it's important for you to understand why is because that's what's going to help you to continue when you are frustrated. Let me give you an example. So there was a person who just commented and said that I helped their scores go up 100 points in 4 months. Who was that? 150 points. Pat. Is that Pat? Pat. My eyes playing tricks on me. There we go. My eyes playing tricks on me big time. I'm kind of vain. I need to wear glasses. Who's that? Pat. Yeah, Pat says that. There you go. Pat was the one that said that it took him 4 months. It took him 4 months to do it. And so the reason why I want to make sure I give the person the right shout out. Give me a moment, guys. There we go. Yeah, Pat told said that his scores raised 150 points in 4 months. Listening to me. The reason why that's important is because guess what? Some people think that it's going to take 3 weeks. Some people think it's going to take a month. Some people think that they're just going to go ahead and just start and boom, my score is going to jump 150 points because they'll see a video testimony or they'll hear somebody like Pat like, oh, I listened to Dean, my score went up 150 points. But they don't talk about how it took 4 months to get there. You know, anybody that tell you that it's going to happen overnight, they a lie and the truth ain't in them. They're a lie and the truth ain't in them. There's nothing that's going to happen overnight. I know that it didn't take you, your mama, your uncle, and your auntie, or your granny, or anybody who used your scores, or even yourself used your scores, didn't get in a bad, quote unquote, credit situation overnight. And it's not going to take overnight for you to be in a good situation when you have a lot of negative items. Now, remember, we talked about 2 parts. Now, on the other aspect of it, though, is if you don't have any credit at all, like the person 50 Twin that just commented, 50 Twin says, I only have 2 positive accounts on my credit and they both are secured cards. Is that bad to have too many secured cards on your account? Yes, 50 Twin. It is extremely bad to have only secured cards on your account because you are considered high risk. Let me give you an example. So somebody like 50 Twin, their scores can jump 100 points. It won't happen overnight, but it can easily happen in 35 to 45 days because they would need to get positive lines of credit to get good lines of credit. So 50 Twin, what I want you to do is message me on Instagram, okay? So come over to my Instagram, all right, at E.DeanCole, and I want you to send me a message and say, this is 50 Twin. If you do that, I'm going to give you one of my free courses, okay? It's the 100-point credit boost. It's going to show you how you're going to get guaranteed $6,000 of guaranteed credit that are not secured credit cards that's going to boost your score 200 points or so. Now let's do the temperature check again. If you have gotten my free course, the 100-point credit boost, and your scores have jumped, and you've learned something from it, I want you to give me 5 money bags. Let's go ahead and drop the money bags in the chat because that's going to be my claim to fame. I want everybody around me to be successful. So let's go ahead and if you've gotten that, I want you to give me 5 money bags, okay? I want you to give me 5 money bags. Toggle timestamps and feedback. Manage moderators. I'm looking for how to make sure the money bags automatically go through. So that being said, you have to understand why. And this is what I mean. The why is I'm wanting to buy a home, or I'm wanting to purchase a car, or I'm wanting to just restart the next half of my life. I want to get married, or I want to get divorced, or I want to have kids, or whatever the situation is. Thanks for that, Sean 203. Whatever that is, then you need to understand why and what your goal is. Tony is giving me the money bags. Thank you so much for that. Dexter is giving me the money bags. Thank you so much for that. All of you guys give me the money bag. Fresh Air Brown is in the building, is giving me the money bags. Thank you so much for that, Fresh Air Brown. So that being said, you have to understand the why, because the why is going to help you continue to move forward. If you don't understand and you don't have that why, then it is you're going to give up. You're going to cave in and quit. The #1 best-selling book of all time that taught me to be the best coach, it says that you will reap if you faint not. It's going to be difficult. You're going to want to faint. In order for you to faint, that means that there are extenuating circumstances from the outside that's causing pressure on you. That means you're going to have to fight your fear. You're going to have to fight your self-limiting beliefs. You're going to have to fight your negative thoughts. You're going to have to fight your auntie that thinks she know everything. You're going to have to fight your cousin. They ain't never financed a stick of gum, but know up and down how to go and get a loan for $200,000. You know, you're going to have to fight all of that stuff. But if you follow through the path, you will be successful, okay? If you do so, you will be successful. So it's important for you to understand and know the why for 2019. So the first thing is I want you to get solid source of information. The first thing was information from a solid, reputable source. The second thing is for you to understand what type of credit repair you need to understand the difference, because you're either going to get some things removed or add some things on. The third thing is you're going to need to know why you're doing it, and you have to have a why other than just having a pretty score. So let's do a temperature check, okay? And I want you to be honest. How many people you know that likes to brag that they got good credit? Ladies, if you dating a man and before he asks you what you want for an appetizer, he says, well, you know, my credit score is a 750. Or, you know, if you dating a chick or fellas, if you dating a chick and you, before you even ask her what her name is, she look you up and down and be like, my credit, I got my stuff together. So you need to have your stuff together. My credit score is an 800. I drive a BMW. This lace front wig is paid for. What you got for me? If you know some people that are like that, I want you to say know them. And if you can be honest, tell the truth and shame the devil, get delivered. If you can say it's me that you like to brag on having a good credit score, I want you to just give a crown, tap that crown, give me 5 crowns and say it's me. Give me 5 crowns and say it's me. Chaser Andrew Jackson is in the building. Chaser Andrew Jackson, he the one, this is a client of mine and a great YouTuber. By the way, I want you guys to make sure you go over to Chasing Andrew Jackson. If you're watching this on Facebook on the replay, or if you're watching this on IGTV on the replay, there's a link that'll bring you over to YouTube. Look for his name. He's a moderator. He got a wrench on my channel. He is a very good YouTuber, very successful entrepreneur, client of mine, very, very successful, very, very proud of him. Okay, so 50 Twin says, I don't have Instagram, but you will be enrolling to my course, in my business course in a second. I'm at tier 2 stage and you're stuck. Thank you very much for the information. Well, 50 Twin, Instagram is free. So you can go and create an Instagram. If you want that free course, you can, or you can take the full course that has everything like you said you're going to do, like Chase and Andrew Jackson did. Chase and Andrew Jackson, he working on a million. You understand what I'm saying? Garnell is in the building. Afternoon, everyone. I was able to get $750,000 mortgage after taking Dean's course 2 years ago. You see that? Garnell, I'm so proud of you, my man. He just got a $750,000 mortgage after taking my course. That's what I'm talking about, Garnell. I appreciate you so much for the support. Boom, boom. So a lot of people says know them. That's what I'm talking about. Eve, go ahead, Eve. Eve, go ahead and show them crowns. And like, look, I got my stuff together. What you bringing to the table? Go ahead, Eve. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby girl. Eve got her crowns going. That's what I'm talking about. I am doing very well, my man. I am winning. We need to catch up. All right, let's see. I'm looking at all of these comments. You guys are something else. They popping their heads, they copping their neck. Go ahead, Robert Hunter. Go ahead, Robert. Tip your hat and show off them crowns. That's good stuff. All right. All right. Odyssey says, LOL. Ugh. So you've been out on a date with a couple of guys like that, who the first thing they tell you is they got an Audi A8 on 22s outside. So Sean says, you know them by heart. Absolutely. That's good stuff. You know them by heart. All right. So a lot of people says that you know them. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So Flax, FLAQX, interesting name, says you know them. That's good stuff. Thank you so much for participating. Travis says that you know them. Thank you for participating, Travis. D. Anderson says my X and M. I appreciate that. LOL. Absolutely. You know them. And you know it sucks. It's absolutely, you know, I see. That's good stuff. You got your crown. All right. Allison got the crown on their head. I see you. That's good stuff. Absolutely. So that being said, so Charlisa says you want to learn more. Okay, Charlisa. Well, make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube and make sure you watch all of my videos and you can be just like a lot of these people. And or enroll into my course, whichever you choose to do, you have the ability to do. But so let's go another further. So you have to understand why it is you're wanting to restore your credit. Like prime example, Chase and Andrew Jackson. When I first met him, he was driving company. And no, he wasn't driving company. When I first met Chase and Andrew, yes, I did, because he was at night. That's when I first came across him on YouTube. He was chasing night. I mean, he was running for night, but he just stopped running for night and he started running as an owner operator. This was before he went and got his truck. This was when he could not get business credit. I remember talking with him and he had just started out trying to get credit and could not understand it. Chasing Andrew Jackson, you still watching me, man? You remember those days? Now he is a fleet owner in the oil fields making all kinds of money. All kinds. All of y'all that follow Chase and Andrew Jackson, you guys know that he makes all kinds of money. All kinds. You understand what I'm saying? He's doing extremely well. He's doing extremely well. Absolutely. Okay, I'm looking at these comments, guys, so forgive me. I'm having a lot of fun right now. I'm having a lot of fun getting into my thing. So, nevertheless, he's making all kinds. So you have to understand why. So when I started working with Chase and Andrew, there you go, you give me the laughing face, he's making all kinds of money. His goal was to build a fleet. And so now he's getting real estate in Memphis and he's doing his thing. He living a good life. But when I first met him, his goal was to build a fleet. His goal was to move forward. Now, it wasn't originally to go to the oil fields. I remember he was driving regional, wanting to get back into town, and he wanted To always, you know, trying to do some OTR. He was scared of the snow. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The cool thing about it is that he had an opportunity. Some people tried to try him. They tried to cancel his contract like he wasn't the king that he was. He said, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the oil fields. And I told him, I said, bro, if you want to go, go. So he was listening to FU Money out in the oil fields. I'm talking about chasing Andrew Jackson. If you got, and the thing that I love so much about chasing Andrew Jackson is he vlogs and videos everything. So you go to his YouTube channel and you type in Chasing Andrew Jackson. And the reason why it says Chasing Andrew Jackson is because that's on that money. He's chasing that money, chasing that Skrilla. He documents all of this. I mean, you can go and binge watch his channel. He talks about going through my course. He talks about business credit, and he documents all of this. I think he's one of the best vloggers because this stuff just be raw. He ain't got all the camera angles like Trucker Brown, and he doesn't have all the camera angles like Casey Neistat, but it's just so authentic and real. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I like about Chasing Andrew Jackson. He documents all of this. So if you guys are wanting to know another good black YouTuber, if you want to follow another business owner and also a millionaire, definitely go look at Chasing Andrew Jackson. He is definitely doing his thing. So, so let's go another further. The point that I was trying to make is understand why I got sidetracked because I hadn't talked to Justin. His name is Justin. I hadn't talked to Justin in a minute because of the holidays. So going another further, you have to understand the information. First thing you need to do is you need to understand the information. After you understand the information, then you need to understand that there are different types of credit repair. You just subscribed to him, Chanel? Absolutely. That's good stuff. I'm glad you subscribed to Chasing Andrew Jackson. He's a really good young guy doing his thing. Second thing is you need to understand what type of credit repair you're doing. Is it because you're taking things off or you're getting things on? The third thing you need to understand is why you're doing it, because it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. Like my client who said that he just got a $750,000 mortgage was in my course 2 years ago. We still growing, we still standing, and he got a $750,000 mortgage. The individual who just said that they got scores went up 150 points, it happened in 4 months. So you have to understand that it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. And then the hey Cherise, Cherie. Then the fourth thing that you need to understand for credit repair secrets in 2019 is that it's really not any secrets, all right? Because what we do and we teach is proving track records that have lasted from the beginning of inception of credit, all right? There are laws that are in place. And if you're going to do credit repair, you need to understand the laws that allow for your credit to be adjusted. So let me give you an example. If you go get a 2019 Nissan and you ain't got a job, but they give it to you because the salesperson wants commission, and you know you went ahead and you cooked the books, you got approved. 3 months later, after your income tax done ran out, he'll come and repossession, and it's 2019. You owe that. You understand that, right? So if you get that repossession, then you have to take care of that. You understand that, right? So it's kind of like credit repair and credit restoration is kind of like, in my definition, spiritual principles. A lot of people might read that book and think that Jesus is like a genie. You just tell him what you want and you just gonna get it. Like God gonna make your wife or your husband fall out the sky. He's just gonna make you walk outside to a Wraith, a $250,000 Wraith. He's just gonna make you go across the street and you're gonna run into a millionaire who's gonna give you the job of your dreams. A lot of people think that you just gonna wake up and not struggle with pornography, or just wake up and not struggle with alcoholism, or just wake up one day and not struggle with obesity and gluttony and overeating, or whatever your vice is, because everybody got them. A lot of times people think that if I just pray to God, that it's just going to happen. But there are works involved with it. And that's the thing that happens a lot of times with credit repair. A lot of times people think, oh, well, I just got a bankruptcy 2 months ago. Let me go ahead and get it removed this month. It doesn't work that way. You guys with me? You understand that it's a process. I want everybody to say process. If you guys are with me, I want you to say process. All right, so let me, while we're doing that, let me see what Cherie says. She says, my credit score is teetering at 590. How do I boost up my credit score? I would like to buy a car, home, and start a business this year. I have a bunch of collections accounts on my credit report. So, Cherie, I would strongly suggest that if you have a lot of collections and old items, thank you so much for that, Lance. Lance was the first person to say process. Sydney says process. Thank you so much for that, Sydney Maximilian. All right, Carolyn says process. Thank you so much for your participating. All right, Kasim says process. Thank you so much for that. So the first thing you have to do, if you have a 590 score and you're wanting to purchase a car and you're wanting to purchase a house and start a business, is that 590 isn't as bad as it seems. When you have people talking about 700s and 850s or whatever, you have to understand, start with where you are. You're at a 590. You're not too far away from a 620 or 600. Technically, you're able to purchase a house at a 580 score through FHA. Technically, but there's something that's called a lender overlay. So a lot of the lenders that you go through, they want you to have at least a 620, but you're not too far away from that. If you're at a 590 and you need to get to a 620, that's nothing but, and I'm just assuming that this is your middle score. That's nothing but 30 points. You can boost your score 30 points in 60 days, okay? But how you do so is, what you're gonna have to do is a lot of the old items that are on your credit report that even though they're old, you want to go within the last 24 months, okay? So this is what's gonna be very important for you, Sheena. Not Sheena, I'm sorry, Cherie. What you're going to need to do, Cherie, is look what's on your credit report within the last 24 months and attack that. So some people that don't understand credit, they say, just wipe everything out. You don't want to do that. What's really affecting that algorithm is that, and by your score being a 590, I'm going to tell you what that means. That means that you had some credit, you established some credit, you were doing very good, and you hit a bump in the road. The reason how come I can say that is because the numbers mean things. Because your credit score is a quantitative algorithm. It's a math equation. So no matter what I do, 2 times 2 is always going to be 4. 2 plus 2 is going to be 4 too. So once you understand that, no matter what I do, 2 times 10 is always going to be 20. 2 plus 10 is always going to be 12. You have to understand the math equation, okay? So by you having a 590 means that you did have some established credit and you have some late payments. You have more late payments and a lot of old collections than you do big collections. So that's what that 590 means. If I'm right, Cherie, I want you to say, OMG, you are right. If I'm wrong, I want you to say, OMG, you're wrong. We're doing this live. And if you want to see her comment, you have to look at the live chat. Okay. So let me know, Cherie. We're doing this live now. So let's see, Cherie, am I right? I want you to say, OMG, you're right, or OMG, you're wrong. Let's talk about it. I see you guys are having the comments. Let's see. Let's see you still with me. I want to wait for you to participate with me, Cherie. And sometimes it's a delay when people are chatting and people are talking, and so it might be a delay. So I just keep moving forward if there's a delay. But that being said, to answer your question, you need to attack the last 24 months. So look on your credit report and look what is affecting you in the last 24 months, whether it's positive or negative. Anything that's negatively affecting you within the last 24 months, you do not want to pay that collection off, okay? So Miss Amazing More says, that's my same struggle. So OMG, you are right. So Arna says, OMG, you're right. All right, Cherie Owen says, OMG, correct. That's good stuff. Because I've been doing this for quite some time. I don't mean to boast or brag. I'm just saying I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So I've been in banking and finance for 2 decades. So I've been doing that's my profession. This is what I do. So that being said, you don't want to pay off a collection, okay? You don't want to pay off a collection. It's going to make your scores go down. So you do not want to do that. What you want to do is look what's in the last 24 months and attack that through the FDCRA. The FDCRA stands for the Fair Debt Collection Reporting Act. The way that you can get those last 24 months taken off, you have a very high chance of getting them taken off when you follow the steps of the FDCRA, which stands for the Fair Debt Collection Reporting Act. Because quiet as it's kept, even major corporations do not follow the law under the FDCRA. They don't. And that's what allows people like myself to consult and teach, to tell you how to get bankruptcies removed, how to get collections and debts removed, how to get repossessions and how to get foreclosures removed, how to get $50,000 worth of debt removed. It's not because it's magic. It's not because we're breaking the law. It's because they broke the law. And they don't understand your law under the FDCRA, and you know your rights under the FDCRA. So it's very important for you to do that so you can get that removed. So you need to focus on the last 24 months. Now, let's say, for instance, the last 24 months, you don't have anything. Let's say you just gave up 5 years ago. So you know what? I'm just going to pay everything cash. So within the last 24 months, Dean, I don't have anything that's negative. That's a good thing. If you're stuck at 590 and you don't have anything negative over the last 24 months, then it's going to be easier to boost your scores. So whether you remove something within the last 24 months or you don't have anything within the last 24 months, now what you need to do is you need to establish new positive or open lines of credit. So if you go to Instagram and message me on Instagram, I'm going to give you that course, the 100-point credit boost. Okay. I'm going to send that to you. Message me and say, hey, this is Cherie from YouTube. Message me and I'll send that to you so that you can get the open lines of credit. Now watch this. So you can get the open lines of credit to boost your score. Now this is what's going to happen. You go from a 590. When you get those open lines when you get that new credit, you're going to go from a 590 up to like a 600. Now that's good for a car. All right. That's good for a car and that's good for some FHA. But I'm going to be very candid with you. If you invest $700 and purchase a seasoned trade line, once you're at a 600, when you are at a 600, this is very important. Okay. If you purchase a seasoned trade line at the 600 mark, then your scores will go up to about a 650 or a 660 if you purchase a seasoned trade line. After you have an open line of credit with a high limit of a 5,000 or more, and then you purchase a seasoned trade line, which is 10,000 or more, then your scores are going to go up another 50 or 60 points in 30 days. This is what you're able to do in 30 days. So now you're at the point to where, boom, you're at 660. Get your car that you want. Go ahead and get your house, then start your business in that order. Because if you try to start your business before you have your house, then you're self-employed, you don't have the last 24 months of income. So it's important for you to understand where you are on your journey because everybody is different. Like if you've already been an entrepreneur or if you're starting your business, but you're still working your regular 9 to 5, good, you can do that. Don't give up the 9 to 5. Because you're going to need 24 months of income in order for you to be able to qualify for your house. Now, for your car, you'll be able to go get your car. You good to go. You're at a 660. So what you did was instead of you having to put down $2,000 or $3,000 as a down payment, what you did was you invested, like I said, around $750 or so in yourself, and you boost up your scores all across the board. That's how you're able to move forward on that. So that is how that works. All right, make humanity great again says excellent advice, E.DeanCole, very intelligent guy. You're very, very welcome. Chris says how to remove bankruptcy. Chris, I have a video that I actually need to put out of us helping a contractor remove a bankruptcy, and I really need to put that video out. I've been playing around. I got stuck in Christmas mode, and you know what I'm saying, I'm all in love and I'm just whining and dining my old lady, and I'm happy to be around my baby, and I'm just giving my daughter everything. I'm, you know, all that good stuff. So I've been on vacation mode, but now I'm back in grind mode. I don't know, can y'all tell? But I'm back in grind mode. So I'm going to get that video out. And I'm actually in the idea of partnering with a company and to provide bankruptcy for you guys. I'm in the idea, it's not contractual yet, not ideal, of a company that would actually give you a free bankruptcy by taking one of my courses. If that's because they are a bankruptcy preparer and they're limited in their fees. So if somebody was wanting to do a bankruptcy, but then we're talking about creating a course called Bouncing Back from Bankruptcy. So if they purchase the Bouncing Back from Bankruptcy course, then your fees, they won't charge you for the bankruptcy. Then all you have to do is pay like the court's fees. I'm toying around with the idea, not 100% concrete. It's based on demographics. It's based on what you guys need. Is that something, let's think about this. How many of you guys are thinking about bankruptcy? If you are thinking about bankruptcy, I want you to say thinking. If you filed bankruptcy and you need to repair your credit from a bankruptcy, I want you to say filed. I want to get a temperature check. Let's see. If you're thinking about it, I want you to say thinking. If you filed, I want you to say filed. Because not everybody's thinking about bankruptcy. And some people have thought about bankruptcy and have filed bankruptcy, and now they're on the second half of their life and they're okay. I want to see. And guys, the video went over an hour. I was trying to keep it under an hour. But we're good to go, especially because this is in the middle of the day. So I'm going to end this fairly quickly because I don't want it to go too long. But I don't want it to go too long. All right, so Miss Amazing said you filed by mistake. All right, I'm so sorry to hear that. So Izette Gang says that's what's up. All right, Cherie says thank you. So you're very, very welcome, Cherie. Thank you so much for being a subscriber, and thank you so much for investing into yourself with that super chat. I wouldn't have answered your question if I didn't see the super chat. So thank you for doing that. Let's see. Let's see. Garnell, you want to know how to get a seasoned trade line? Contact the office. Because you're a client, you just need to contact the office with Patricia, do a consultation, and we have seasoned trade lines available, Garnell. So contact Patricia at the office, 800-867-7941, and let her know that you need to set up for a trade line, and we'll go over it together. You could purchase a trade line because you're already a client. All right, so Hotrit ES says, if you want to give me a call, I do one-on-one consultations. I charge $150 an hour for clients. Non-clients are $250 an hour. You can call the office, 800-867-7941. Or if you want, you can enroll into the course, and then you have access to these type of sessions in our private Facebook group where we do private Q&As that we do. Okay, here we go. So Chris says that you filed. All right. Hellfighter says you're thinking about it. Miss Amazing says filed by mistake. All right, Carolyn. Let's see. I'm trying to get these. I'm trying to keep the chat. Every time y'all do a chat, it kicks it down. So I want to see. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Somebody says need help. All right. Effin says thinking about it. All right. Cherie says thinking about it. Cherie, don't file. You're at a 590. Well, I can't say not to file because I don't know your situation. All right. It's Godly says keep going, Dean. We don't mind. Okay, absolutely. I appreciate that. All right. So Wisdom and Action says I can't with student loans. That's very true. Wisdom and Action. You can get them student loans removed. You can get them removed without bankruptcy. We have a course for that. All right. All right, so Garnell said you filed back in 1997, so you're at the point to where you can definitely start moving forward. Mr. Lewin is in the building. We are, Mr. Lewin, I'm going to give you a call as soon as I'm done. I'm going to call you so that we can talk about your trade line. Because Mr. Lewin, he purchased a seasoned trade line through us, and now we're going to go to the next step. So Mr. Lewin, Evol, I'm going to call you as soon as I'm done with this, and I'm about to be done with this in like 3 minutes, and then I'm going to give you a call. All right. So Miss Amazing, send me another message. So you said that you sent me a message on DM. Send me another message, Miss Amazing. That means that I missed it. So send me another message, and I want you to say, this is Miss Amazing Moore, and then I'll send that to you. Okay, Miss Amazing. All right. Okay. So Just Phil says, with sending direct deposits through a business account, how to keep from coming IRS, how do you keep from co-mingling IRS trouble? I'm a company driver. All right, that's a very good question. So Phil, you don't want to do that for an extended period of time. The purpose of you doing that is because you're wanting to go from company to being owner operator. So you don't want to do that for longer than 6 months. You'll be fine. So you have up to 6 months, and as long as you don't go above $20,000, then you'll be fine. But what you want to do is that strategy is not designed for somebody that want to be a company driver for 10 years or want to be a company driver for 2 years and do that. What you're doing is that you are establishing your business, you're giving your business revenue, and you're doing that for 6 months. As long as it's for 6 months and under, and or 20,000 and under, then you're okay. You're not violating any IRS laws, and you're not throwing up any red flags. So that is the limit. So you have to be 6 months and less, and or 20,000 and under. So that means that if you're a company driver and you're depositing less than $20,000, technically you can go up to 12 months, but you don't want to go to that point. So the idea is for you to start doing that, and then 6 months, you need to be owner operating. You don't even have to have your own authority. Just owner operating, getting your own contracts, and then being able to move forward, Phil. That's a very good question. Does that answer your question, Just Phil? All right. My man, 100 grand. Absolutely, Mr. Lewin. I'm going to give you a call as soon as I'm done with this. All right. So Barfield says, is Experian credit scores accurate? Yes, Bearfield. I strongly suggest that you go to Credit Check Total, because there are lenders that we use, and in order for us to submit a complete file, we have to pull credit, or we can use a client's Credit Check Total that's within 30 days. So if you have an account with Credit Check Total, then you don't have to worry about us originating a loan for you and pulling a credit report if you have Credit Check Total, because Credit Check Total is the most accurate. As long as it's within 30 days, then they'll use that to start underwriting your loan. So Credit Check Total is the most accurate than Experian. All right, guys, so I am about to go. I've gone a lot longer than I wanted to go. Okay, Hot Rod, yes, I do have mods. I do have mods. They just not dropping the information. So I do need to have my moderators to drop links. But it's very simple. It's DC. If you look in every last one of my videos, there is a link at the bottom of every last one of my videos that'll take you directly to where you need to go. So what you do is you go to DCFIonline.com/enroll. That's just DCFIonline.com/enroll. Okay, so Justin says, yes, but is it necessary for getting funding? I'm trying to go hotshot owner operator in 7 months. So you're good to go. So yes, it is easier for you getting funding, because this is what you're doing. Just feel what you're doing is you're using your income, you're depositing into your business account, is giving your business account showing that you do have a legitimate business. Because the cool thing about business is I can walk out my house, go to the Secretary of State and start a business, or I can get on my computer and start a business with the Secretary of State. A lot of people do that. But in order to get funding, your business has to be structured the right way. So that's the reason why you're depositing the funds into the account. You're creating a relationship, as well as you're creating a bank score under your EIN. You're creating a bank score under your Dun & Bradstreet profile. So when you do get funding, because you want to do hot shots. So if you want to do hot shots, it's so easy. In 6 months, you can get a corporate account with Dodge, with Chrysler, and you can get a brand new 2500 Dodge Ram quad cab dually or a 3500. You can get that in business credit within 6 months' time. And you don't have to have a whole lot of money going into that account. But what you do have to have is a strong payment history, and you have to have a strong Dun & Bradstreet profile. And you can do that no money down, 100% in your business name. You can get corporate leases, especially if you want to do hot shots, because you can get dualies from Ford, you can get dualies from Dodge. Like I have a client, his name is Rhino. He has 3 hot shots right now. He started with me, Curtis Jackson. If you go to Facebook and you look at Curtis Jackson, or if you go to Instagram and look at Curtis Jackson, you can see pictures of his hot shots with Dodge. His hot shots are through Dodge. All right, hold on for a second. Let me answer these last questions, these last super chats, and I gotta go. So Kelvin says, I have 5 negative accounts. My credit has been dormant for 5 years. Okay, so that means that within the last 24 months, that's good. You don't need to worry about deleting anything. Now focus on establishing new before you go and remove those old items. I have 6 negative accounts. My credit has been dormant for 5 years, and in 2018, 2 collections. So it was dormant. I should have read the whole thing. It was dormant. Last year in 2018, 2 collections came on. I disputed all of them online 30 days ago, and I will send letters. Am I on the right track? Please help with the advice. Absolutely, yes. So Kevin, you doing the right thing. So what you need to do is you need to do an online dispute first. Wait 30 days, all right? If they should fall off. If they don't fall off within 30 days, then you have to send your first letter. And what you do is you do an online dispute to all 3 bureaus for those 2 collections. After you do an online dispute for all 3 bureaus for those 2 collections, then what you have to do is you have to send a letter to the collection agency. That's the first round of letters. You send it to the collection agency, and you have to have them to validate. Don't verify, but validate the debt. In order for them to validate the debt, that means that they need to have an original contract stating that you purchased this. And now, this is a cool thing. This is 5 years old. You know good and doggone well, 9 times out of 10, they don't have that original contract. And they are a third-party collection agency. So that means that they bought the rights to that debt from somebody else. And when they buy the rights to that debt, 97.9% of the time, they do not transfer the documents along with that to prove that the debt is yours through validation. Now, what they're going to do when you do your letter to them, they're going to send you an itemization. And rewatch this video again because this is very important. So rewatch the video, what I'm telling you. If I'm going too fast, because I'm trying to finish this, because I got some things I got to do. I have to call Mr. Lewin before I have a one-on-one consultation. So I'm gonna call. So Eval, I'm gonna give you a call. Then after that, I got to run because I have a one-on-one consultation that I have to do. But anyway, they're gonna try to verify. They're not gonna validate, even though they start with V, 2 separate words. Validate, verify. So they're going to try to verify your debt by sending you an itemization. That's not validation. What you need to do then is send a second letter letting them know that you received the verification, but that does not validate. And that according to the FDCRA, that they have to prove validation or remove that item. If they don't do that, then you have to send those letters and proof that you've gone through those steps, the triage steps, to all 3 bureaus, and then they have to remove it because of the Fair Debt Collection Reporting Act. So that's a brief synopsis. In my online course, I go into a lot more detail, and I walk you step by step, and I provide letters for you and templates for you. When you're enrolled into my course, you have access to all of that. But that's the best way that you have to get those items removed, and you'll be good to go. So if you want to take the online course, You can enroll. It's DCFIonline.com/enroll. When you enroll in our startup coaching, we give you the 720 FICO coaching for free. And in that 720 FICO coaching, we show you how to remove all of those things according to the FDCRA and the FDCPA. So that's very important. Guys, thank you so much for your time. It's late. I got to run. But listen, the only person stopping you from being successful is you. If you don't know it, you can learn it. If you have not met them, you can meet them. If you have not developed the character, you can develop it. You can learn it. The only person stopping you from being successful is you. Go get them. Success is waiting for you. Hey, social media